Hey there everybody, Thomas Wood with ValueCharts.com. It is Tuesday, May 12th. We're going to take a look at the S&P and more specifically what's happened today. And one of the things we were talking about in the trading room today, which was a bullish divergence on a 30-minute price chart. And that was in the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the Russell. And all of them reversed, just like they're supposed to off of a bullish divergence. So what we were looking at was the S&P opened. Okay, and we had come down quite a bit through the night session. S&P opened right here, and it came down. We were actually selling the S&P on a break below 2086, a break below 2086 with a target of 2081, so just for 5 points. And then we had this trend line here, and we said, okay, if it breaks through this trend line, we could potentially see it head lower. However, we also said we wouldn't want to take the trend line break, and the reason being, we had very bullish momentum. We said there's very bullish momentum with a bullish divergence where we've come down, we've hit undervalued according to value bars, which is this lower yellow price bar segment here. And then you had very strong momentum on the indicator line and the histogram. The histogram had stayed green. So you had a bullish divergence on top of a trend line for support with what we call a no return, which is going undervalued with a green histogram. All of which ended up making the S&P turn around and shoot straight back up. Filled the gap from the night before all the way up at about 2097. And then so far it's gone back into a little bit of consolidation. We're potentially forming a bull flag to rally again this afternoon. But this is just one way of trading that if you're going to trade counter trend, there's ways of doing it that are safer than other ways. And one of the safer ways of doing it is having a good setup like a divergence using a momentum oscillator. And in this case, it was a bullish divergence where we had weakening prices but strengthening momentum, and then we reversed up very nicely. So that's what we had today. We also had a good trade in gold and one in crude oil, worked out really well as well. Soybean short, for those of you that took that after the announcement, after the bounce, that worked out really well and is still moving down. But that's it for today. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter and StockTwits at Trades with Tom. There's a link down below. And if you want to join us in the trading room, you can join us at $7 for an entire month. Only $7 is less than a cup of coffee nowadays. So if you go to valuecharts.com/go, you can join us in the trading room for an entire month for $7. All right, that is it. And until next time, happy trading.